new Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, June 27th through Sunday, July 3rd, 2022. For this week's Empowered Moments video, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Jane Wallace for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Archangel Divination deck. So this week brings us into a brand new month, the month of July. Be sure to also go onto my YouTube channel to watch the monthly Empowered Moments video for the month of July, complete with the astrological transits for the month that are significant, the numerology vibration, a message from our angels and guides, as well as a special message for you depending on your stone of choice for that. So before we delve into looking at your stones of choice for this week's weekly Empowered Moments video, let's have an empowered moment. So let's kind of just take a deep breath, release all stress and tension as you exhale. Close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And visualize golden white light of God's source energy universe all around you. This is the golden white light of unconditional love, compassion, peace, healing, and guidance. Let's take in a deep breath and breathe in that golden white light into every cell of our bodies, asking for healing, asking for protection, and asking for the highest messages of light. And let's focus on new beginnings for this week as we have a new moon in water sign Cancer. Let's ask for this new beginning within home and family matters. Let's ask for this new beginning in our emotional body as far as a new way of feeling. Let's ask for new intuitions and psychic insights. And as we focus on home and family, our emotional body, a new way of feeling, and new intuitive and psychic insights, let's take in a deep breath and breathe that all in. Breathe in these new beginnings into our body, our mind, our energy field. And as you exhale, and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back to this time and this place. And now we can look at our stones of choice for the week. All right, so our first stone of choice is this beautiful raw emerald. So we have this wire wrap. This is a special intention pendant, right? So this is wire wrapped in silver, and it's been Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 2, the number of balance and equality and partnerships, and with the vibration of the number 9, the number of unconditional love and compassion. It's been infused with the energies of Libra for peace, harmony, cooperation in partnerships. The qualities of Venus, the planet of love, romance, and intimacy, also infused with the energy of Goddess Aphrodite, goddess of love, beauty, and passion, as well as Archangel Chamuel's energy of assisting one with finding a fulfilling soulmate relationship or bringing healing to a current soulmate relationship. Okay, that was beautiful. All right, so number 2 here, pendant number 2. Is this golden calcite. Isn't that pretty? The golden calcite. This is wrapped in gold wire, and it's given Reiki, infused with the vibration of Master number 33, number of Christ consciousness, and divine healing. The energy of Pisces, the sign of unconditional love, healing, and compassion. The energy of the planet Jupiter, planet of abundance. The element of fire for inspiration, confidence, and leadership. And with the energies of Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of good fortune, blessings, and prosperity. All right. And then our last stone of choice, or special intention pendant of choice, is this beautiful ruby zoisite. The zoisite is the green. You can see the red at the top there, especially with the ruby infusion. This is wrapped in silver wire and Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 1 for courage and strength, and the number 6 for growth and fertility. The energies of Neptune, planet of increased spiritual awareness and psychic abilities. The energies of the sign of Leo for joy, confidence, passion, and zest for life. The activation of the root chakra for stability and security, as well as the activation of the heart chakra for self-love and self-esteem. This one has the energies of Archangel Raphael for emotional healing, and Archangel Michael for courage and forward movement on one's destiny path. All right, let's take a look at them one more time here. We've got the raw emerald, we've got the golden calcite, and we've got the ruby zoisite. Okay, so we have got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try to kind of move along a little bit quicker than my last week's video. On Monday the 27th, we have Mercury in Gemini sextile Chiron in Aries. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication, thoughts, ideas, perceptions. It's in his home sign of Gemini, out of his shadow of his retrograde that he went through, so he's all good to go. The sextile is an aspect of opportunity, and Chiron is the wounded healer. It's about soul integration and healing these past life wounds. So I think that we have this opportunity through either insight within our own minds or through communication with other people, where we can heal certain aspects of our sense of self, our confidence, and our self-identity with that Chiron in Aries. Also on Monday the 27th, we have Mars, the warrior planet, in his home sign of Aries. It's sextile Saturn, which is the ruler of karmic lessons and responsibility. And he right now is in air sign Aquarius, which is more of a logical, mental sign. Now, I think that this one is an opportunity, because sextiles are always about an opportunity, but you have to recognize that opportunity and then take some sort of action based on what you're presented with. So Mars the warrior, sextile Saturn, I feel like we have this opportunity to put something into motion and to bringing it into manifestation. Mars wants to put action into something or move forward on something. Saturn likes to manifest and ground something in reality. So we have two sextile connections going on Monday. So there's lots of opportunities here, opportunities for healing, opportunities for networking or communication, opportunities for movement forward or taking some sort of action that's going to assist with the manifestation process of something that we're working on. Now on Tuesday the 28th, we have Neptune, which is the planet that rules the spiritual realm. The positive things that Neptune rules is our intuition and our psychic abilities, our healing abilities, our dreams. It rules magic and miracles. On the shadow side, Neptune rules confusion and illusion, delusion, deception. Now it's going retrograde at 25 degrees of Pisces. So this means for probably at least the past week. So we're going into last week's weekly reading. that we probably felt the intensification of the energies of Neptune. Whatever Neptune rules would have been heightened and intensified, and still is. So we're more sensitive energetically, we're more sensitive psychically, we're maybe a little bit more dazed and confused and feeling ungrounded and a lack of focus and a lack of clarity. We are more tapped into our intuitive and psychic and healing abilities. We're more tapped into the messages from spirit. But again, there can be this a little bit of confusion factor going on. We're also going to be more sensitive to things we're putting in our body, whatever we're drinking, whatever we're eating, whatever we're putting on our body, like lotions or even essential oils or other kinds of things. More sensitive to vitamins, anything that we're ingesting is going to possibly have a more sensitive effect on our system. Okay. Also, that has the idea of things that are just a little strange and unusual. Neptune, Uranus can do that too, but Neptune can be like something happening to where it just seems very confusing and you didn't see it coming. So this could be, again, situations and circumstances that you're in. People, when they're driving, aren't paying as close of attention because they're not grounded. They're not grounded. They're kind of floating in, another dimension. So just be aware, and be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of your own body and what it, how it's acting or reacting to certain things or people or situations. Now, also on Tuesday the 28th, we do have a new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. That means the sun and the moon are both at 7 degrees of Cancer. Cancer is the sign of home and family and emotions and emotional sensitivity, caring, caretaking, listening, counseling. It's all that kind of caring for others sort of energy, mothering, nurturing. So there's new beginnings in these areas that are ruled by Cancer. Now the new moon in Cancer is in a challenging square aspect to Jupiter. And Jupiter is the planet of blessings, but it's also the planet of expansion. And this is a challenging square aspect with this new moon. So Jupiter is going to expand whatever it touches. In this case, we're going to become more emotionally sensitive. Okay? Our emotions are going to be magnified and expanded. So just know that if there's any emotional situations going on, we might feel overly emotional. If there's something going on in home and family matters, it might get expanded beyond proportion and made to seem bigger than it is. Jupiter also asks us to look at things from a different perspective. Jupiter rules our perceptions, our expanded perceptions and belief systems. So whatever's going on, look for a higher meaning to it all. Also on the same day of that new moon, on the Tuesday the 28th, we have Venus, planet of love and money and values, and she's in Gemini. She's going to be sextiling Jupiter in Aries. Now, this is a beneficial thing because Jupiter is known as the great benefic, which means the planet of blessings, great benefits. And Venus is known as the lesser benefic, also bringing beneficial circumstances or blessings into our lives, just of a lesser nature than Jupiter. Doesn't mean that she's less than, it just means that Jupiter has a greater effect to bring in blessings and positive circumstances because it's a larger planet. But they both have this tendency to bring in blessings. And because they're in a sextile, that is a good thing. That means, again, there's many opportunities that might present itself. So the new moon is challenged by Jupiter, but Venus is positively connecting with Jupiter. So look for the benefits through any challenges that might appear or show up. And then we skip all the way to Friday, the 1st of July. So on Friday, the 1st of July, we have Mars, again the warrior, in his home sign of Aries, challenging Pluto, planet of death and rebirth, transformation and change, power and control. So this might be a little explosive on some level because Mars is a fiery planet. He's in his home sign of Aries, which is a fire sign. Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, and Pluto, the planet that Mars is challenging on Friday, is the modern ruler of Scorpio. And we know that Scorpio, again, is about these death and rebirth energies and power and control energies and sometimes manipulation energies, but also about great transformation and change and about transmuting something of a lower nature so that we can kind of rise like the phoenix from the ashes to attain that higher energy of Scorpio, that phoenix energy. But Mars square Pluto, it could bring some huge unexpected transformation and changes in different areas of our lives. And also we want to be careful to, again, just be aware of, like when you're driving or just aware of the circumstances around you. People might have more of a tendency to be triggered and, kind of sort of metaphorically blow up a little bit. On Saturday, the 2nd of July, and Sunday, the 3rd of July, Mercury is the highlighted planet. Mercury is, again, the ruler of the mental realm, thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications, all kinds of information and messages with Mercury, especially in his home sign of Gemini. On Saturday, he's positively connecting with Saturn, ruler of responsibility, delays, lessons, restrictions, limitations, and third dimensional reality. Then he challenges or squares Neptune, which again is that elusive, confusing, not grounded, not focused energy. And then on Sunday, Mercury in Gemini is in an inconjunct to Pluto. An inconjunct, also called a quincunx, is an aspect that can be a little difficult and a little tricky, where we have to make some sort of adjustment with the energies in order to let the energies blend together. We have to adjust something. In this case, we're adjusting our perception, Mercury. Pluto, though, again, asks us to look deeper. So when we put it all together, I'd say there's lessons to be learned, that the universe is presenting us with some lessons or a need to take responsibility. And that can be through certain situations and circumstances that those lessons are presented, or it can actually be a communication or a message from somebody that actually verbally says, hey, you really need to take responsibility for X, Y, and Z. And then, though, I feel like there's a possibility, a real possibility of miscommunication, misperception, not understanding, not being able to properly and clearly communicate what your needs are because of that square to Neptune. And then again, the next day, the inconjunct to Pluto could bring up some power and control issues within communication matters, or again, internally, a need to look down deep to see, what is it within my subconscious that may need to be healed? Why is certain things happening or playing out the way they are? Or why am I thinking in this particular way that maybe isn't the most positive? So that could be playing out either internally or externally with others. So that's a lot going on astrologically. The same with the cards that came out. When I was meditating on the week and shuffling the cards from the Angel Tarot, we had cards just kind of falling out left and right, and we ended up with 6 cards. So we've got to kind of jump to it here and see what these cards are all about. The other thing I will mention is that I normally don't use reversed, as you probably, if you've watched me for a while, you've probably noticed that I don't even know that there might have been once or twice, a reversed card. Somehow this deck got all kind of mixed up, and I was guided by spirit that whatever comes out, however the cards fall, so to speak, are the way they're going to be read, was the message I got. So there may be some reverse cards in here. Okay, let's look at the first card. Now there came out with 6 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards, and 2 cards. Okay, so the first 2 go together. And the first one is the 2 of Cups. And it says at the bottom, partnership. Now we know the 2 of Cups is about an emotional one-on-one relationship with another person. This could be a significant other, like a romantic partner. It could, though, be with a father or mother or a child, or even an emotional connection with another family member, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, or even a friend. But usually this is an emotional connection between 2 people we've got going on here. Now, we didn't necessarily have any planetary alignments except for the fact that we have a new moon in Cancer going on this week. And Cancer is about home and family, or those people that we are emotionally connected to. So I would say that that's probably why the 2 of Cups came up. But let's look at the second card to get a little bit more information to what maybe this is all about. Why is this highlighted this week? Okay. Actually, let's put this over here. So the second card that came out with that first card, okay, we do have a reversed, and this is Major Arcana 6, the Lovers card in reversed. I'll show it to you up right here. And actually it says at the bottom, Angel of Commitment. You can see the 2 lovers there, the man, the woman, the lovers, connecting to one another, touching hands, looking at each other, speaking to one another. And this is about commitment, right? The Lovers is about a committed relationship. But again, it came out reversed. So we've got 2 of Cups about relationships, and then we've got the Lovers also about relationships, but the commitment may be lacking. So this might be some sort of difficulty or challenge within a relationship. Either the person that you're with doesn't want to commit, or doesn't want to commit to a certain idea or way of thinking that you're more in alignment with. Maybe there's just a difficulty that's shaking up this feeling of a solid foundation between the 2 of you. You know, maybe you're questioning the commitment. Maybe you're questioning whether you want to make a commitment if it's a newer relationship. But there's something happening here that's kind of shaking things up, turning things upside down in a relationship matter that's going to be focused on this week, or at least the beginning of it is focused on. Again, that new moon is in a challenging square aspect to Jupiter. So we might need to look at things from a higher perspective or a different vantage point. We might need to shift our perception about what's happening or going on. And the same day that that new moon is square Jupiter, we've got that Neptune turning retrograde. So there might be, in fact, some confusion or a lack of clarity, either between the 2 people involved or within yourself about what to do next, what to think, how to proceed, okay? Again, though, Venus is sextiling Jupiter, so look for some sort of blessings in disguise here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next 2 cards. Okay, so the next card that comes out is also reversed. It's the 7 of Wands. So we're going to show you what it looks like up right here for a minute. The 7 of Wands. So we've got 7 Wands. This is fire. Wands is the fire element, so it's the spiritual element. At the bottom it says challenges. Okay, so this came out reversed. The number 7 numerologically is about going within and doing kind of like some soul searching, or trying to pick apart and understand something on a logical level. I'd say because this is reversed, that as hard as you might try to look at the details of the situation or pick things apart to understand it better, you might stay in a place of confusion. This maybe is part of that Neptune turning retrograde. So I think that things are going to be confusing. We're kind of going within and we're trying to, like, this is about kind of contemplation. The number 7 to me is meditation, contemplation, kind of inner soul searching. Again, it says challenges at the bottom here. And so there's something, you know, spiritual lessons that are not being understood, or maybe we understand them and we're just not accepting them. Maybe we're internalizing something, because that number 7 often internalizes confusion or anxiety or perfectionism. You know, a lot of times with that number 7, it feels like there's critical energies, judgmental energies, or I'm not good enough, or this isn't good enough sort of energy. So all of these things may be coming up with the 7 of Wands reversed here. Again, it's probably having to do with a relationship situation, since our first 2 cards were very blatantly about relationship. Let's look at the card that came out with this card. Okay. So the next card came out upright. It's the 5 of Swords, but if you know anything about the sword suit, there's usually not a lot of happy ones, and the 5 of Swords is not a happy swords card. It actually says loss on the bottom. So we've got challenges and loss. Okay, so the suit of swords is usually, again, the mental realm. It's our thoughts, our perceptions, communications with other people. So we might not be getting anywhere if we try to communicate. This would be, to me, again, confusion on an inner level. Maybe we don't know what to communicate or how to communicate, but if we do, there could be this miscommunication or misunderstandings, or things not coming out clearly or in a focused way, because that number 5 is often lacking groundedness or focus. The number 5 to me sometimes is a lot of energy swirling around from all different directions, and there's not a clear kind of direct kind of roadmap there. Now these swords, they don't look like they're fighting or anything, right? The swords, they're kind of all facing down. It just pops into my head intuitively that maybe, again, coupled with the 7 of Wands reversed, that maybe you're internalizing, and rather than speaking your truth or speaking out, standing up for yourself with the swords all facing down, I feel like maybe that's an indication of internalizing your words, internalizing your thoughts, and not really speaking out. Now, the speaking out would probably lack clarity even if you did. So I don't know. We're going to look at the last 2 cards here to see whether or not you should even try at this time. It almost feels like it might be better as we wait a few days to gain some clarity, to restabilize ourselves, to rebalance ourselves, maybe wait for whatever the situation that may have occurred to blow over and settle a little bit. But this is a lot of kind of, to me, anxiety, internal and external sort of anxiety and confusion, and not knowing what to say or not being able to say what we want to say. Okay, all right. The last 2 cards, let's see what those are. Okay, so we've got Major Arcana number 4, the Emperor, but he is reversed as well. The word at the bottom here says Angel of Wisdom. Now, if he was upright, he is more of a stabilizing force, right? He would be known as the one in charge, the Angel of Wisdom. But the Emperor reversed is often about either a lack of responsibility, or in this case, because the Emperor is the ruler, right? But we want the Emperor to be an appropriate ruler, a responsible ruler. In this case, with him being reversed, he's more about control. He's more about being in charge and controlling the situation. So when the Emperor is reversed, it's actually a bit challenging, right? This is more like he's demanding, he's controlling, he wants things done a certain way. What he says goes. I mean, I hope it's not like that for you. I hope it's not, you know, because since we're talking about relationship stuff, I hope it's not like that. The Emperor can be very, again, if he's upright, very stable and secure, but reversed, I feel like he can be very stubborn. So this could be, again, just a person having a moment, you know, being overly authoritative or controlling because they're having a moment, you know, or maybe they're working through something on their own spiritual journey, okay? And unfortunately, they might be playing it out with you, or it might be coming out on you. So let's see what comes out with this Emperor to end the week's reading here. Okay, so we've got another 7 card. We had the 7 of Wands reversed earlier. This one is the 7 of Swords, and it's upright. And at the bottom it says theft. So, you know, we can interpret that theft metaphorically as saying that there's something missing here, right? Like this person might be overly authoritative or in a control kind of pattern for some reason. And maybe they're missing something. They're missing the higher perspective of the situation. They're missing the proper way to interact with you and show how much they care about you, for instance. Again, that number 7 is a very internal kind of number. So and this is the sword suit. So again, we're talking about words, thoughts, ideas, perceptions on an internal level, to where we might feel like we're missing out on something, or that we're being silenced or choosing to be silent for some reason. Maybe we're choosing to be silent because we feel like it's not worth kind of going up against this Emperor reversed. Or maybe we're being silenced as far as trying to speak our truth. The number 7 can be about faith, trust, truth, but maybe we're being silenced and not listened to. It's like our voice is being taken away, theft, right? Our freedom is taken away, our voice is taken away, our happiness on some level, although we choose our happiness and we have free will choice to make choices. But whatever the situation, and again, whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship partnership, a family kind of situation, it looks like there's some challenges going on this week. Before the new moon on Tuesday, we're in the dark of the moon, which can bring up some stuff emotionally. The new moon is in Cancer, which is an emotional sign, and we're very sensitive emotionally. It's being expanded upon by Jupiter, challenged by Jupiter, so things are getting blown out of proportion. Neptune is turning retrograde, so things are unclear, the situation lacks clarity, or we just feel confused by what's happening. Mars is squaring Pluto, so there's a potential for kind of this kind of big blow up, so to speak, or a big all of a sudden transformation change, kind of thing. Remember, Mars is the warrior, so it's more assertive, it's a little bit more aggressive. So I feel like we need to get through this week together and just exude, going back to our empowered moment. Our empowered moment, well, did I even say it? Our empowered moment needs to be about being in the space of the heart, right? Cancer, emotions, heart, unconditional love, compassion. And yes, for others, but also unconditional love and compassion for ourselves. So tend to yourself, right? Cancer is about caretaking. Doesn't mean we have to, we can caretake for others, but don't let other people invade your boundaries, and take care of yourself first, right? So self-love, self-care, right? So giving ourselves some of that unconditional love and staying in the heart if there's an interaction that's starting to kind of go a little bit by the wayside. Take a deep breath, maybe take a time out first for a little while, but try to stay in your heart. Now, it's not all up to you, right? If there's something going on, the other person is also projecting or acting out in some way. It's not up to you to fix them, and it's not up to you to appease them. You can still come from your heart, but you can also set good boundaries if you need to, okay? Let's take a look at what archangel is going to assist you this week, depending on your stone of choice. So again, we got the raw emerald, we've got the golden calcite, and we've got the ruby zoisite. Okay, So for those of you that chose the raw emerald, special message, special archangel message for raw emerald people. This one's sticking up, raw emerald. Crystal clear intentions with Archangel Michael, okay? And it says, be clear about what you desire and focused upon it with unwavering faith. So what do you desire? What do you desire in your life? What do you desire in the situation? Remember though, that whatever you desire in the situation, it takes two people to make or break a relationship, or however it's going to unfold. It takes both of you. But you can have crystal clear intentions about what you desire as far as within yourself, in life, in a relationship, and project those crystal clear intentions out to the universe. Visualize the end result of the intentions that you desire. Call in Archangel Michael or any of the other archangels or ascended masters or ancestors of the light to assist you in manifesting those crystal clear intentions. The reason it says crystal clear is that we can't be wavering in our minds and in our hearts about what we want. If we waver in our minds and in our hearts, the universe is going to waver in bringing them to us. That's why it says we have to become clear. We have to know clearly what it is that we desire and want. And that's what we need to project out to the universe in order to bring it in. Now, bringing it in may be with another person. It may be in a different location or in a new situation. But if you put out to the universe clearly what it is that you desire, you'll start to attract it. All right, we put that back in the deck. Let's look at the special message for the golden calcite people. Golden calcite people, special message. Golden calcite. Okay, this one's calling my attention. Archangel Michael again. Archangel Michael is strong this week for everybody. Remember that Archangel Michael helps us to cut cords, pull cords, clear away negative lower vibrational energies, and he assists us with confidence and courage as we move forward on the next step of our path. This one with Archangel Michael says you are safe, and it says, I am protecting you against lower energies and grounding and guarding you, your loved ones and your home. Guarding you, your loved ones and your home. Excuse me. So again, call on Archangel Michael for protection and guidance. You're going to be safe no matter what's going on, whatever the situation is all about. You're being led in the right direction. He's ready to fight for you there. He's got his sword, he's got his shield, and he's ready to kind of fight for you. I was going to say do battle, but I don't want to talk about battling, right? But he's ready to kind of take a stand with you and for you. So call on Archangel Michael for assistance, okay? And know that you are safe, okay? You're divinely protected and guided. Let's look at the message for the Ruby Zoisite people. Ruby Zoisite special message. Ruby Zoisite special message. This one's calling my attention. If I can get it out. Okay, this one is Archangel Azrael with comfort. And it says, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So this sounds like maybe you have gone through, or maybe are going through, or about to go through something to where you're needing that kind of counseling and healing of Archangel Azrael. Now, typically Archangel Azrael assists with souls that are passing over, whether it's an animal and a pet, or whether it's a loved one, a friend. If the soul is passing over, then Archangel Azrael assists that soul in passing to the next dimension. But Archangel Azrael also helps those that are still on the earth plane, whether they're grieving that soul that they lost, or whether they're grieving some loss of some other kind, right? It doesn't have to be about someone passing over. This is about grieving a situation or a circumstance, something that you've let go, something that you feel like you lost, and you're hurting, your heart hurts. And so Archangel Azrael kind of is that counselor, grief counselor angel. So no matter what the situation is, if you're going through some sort of a loss or heartache, feel like you're grieving something, and maybe it's something that you're grieving from long, long ago, right? Maybe you're grieving something from the past. And that's okay too. Archangel Azrael is still going to come in and assist you and help you through that process, right? So she's going to help with the grieving process of whatever that's all about, helping your heart to heal, helping you to mend emotionally so that you can feel strong again in order to move on to the next step. All right, I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly Empowered Moments video. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, sending your love, your comments, your support. I send you all lots of love and light. Be sure to watch for the July monthly Empowered Moments video. And until we meet again, sending love and light and many blessings. Namaste.